Well, hey there, how are you? Am I on the right side? I'm kind of coming in here sort of like last minute, and I'm trying out something different. This is the second week. I'm trying to find my video on my phone because my computer is not showing comments. So, haha, there it is. I actually got it on there. So I think I think I'll see comments better this way. All right, today, oh boy, today I actually have the stamp sets right here handy. I did not put them away when I finished with this yesterday. I wasn't going to do this today, but these are so cute. So potted geraniums, and let's just talk a minute quickly about, very briefly, since no one cares about this but me. These are not geraniums, these are pelargoniums. At least that is how, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Hi, Andy. But that is what the British have told me repeatedly in the magazines that I get from that side of the ocean, because they are the ones that are the gardeners, okay? There's like tons and tons of gardening things compared to what we have in the United States and its tiny, tiny little nation. They are like the experts. Hey, Andy, it's nice to see you. How's your weather? We are stormy later, not right now. It's actually nice now. It's cloudy, but it's pretty nice. It was cold over the weekend. I had to actually put the heat on yesterday, and it's still on, although today I'm sure I'll get to turn it off. But yeah, it's a little cool. 10 to 15 degrees cooler than normal here, apparently. But I'm enjoying it. It's staying nice. The flowers are gorgeous down at the garden. The roses are all out. And oh man, they smell good. Yes. Yes, these are really pretty. You're going to love this. This is so fantastically easy to stamp. And the blooms are just so. In fact, I've added, because this is the gardener in me. Those kind of are geranium blossoms, but not really. And so I went back and I looked at some of the stamp sets that are available right now, and hand-pinned Petals actually has a little fluorescence here that is very, very close to what my geraniums, because I called them geraniums too, even though they are not technically geraniums. Geraniums are actually a perennial, not this. This is sort of like a biennial thing. And anyway, it's just something we call in the United States geraniums, and they aren't really. If they'd called them pelargoniums, it would have been alliteration. Potted pelargoniums. It would have worked, but most of us don't care about such foolish things. So anyway, off we go. We're going to go. Good weather. Oh, you are so lucky. Now, I have my my other phone going so I can see your comments. And although I saw there, oh, okay, I have to actually keep tapping my screen to see the comments, but at least I can see them. And let's see if I turn my camera. Oh, if I turn my camera, I can't see your comments. That might have been it too. Okay, but I can't really tell what looks like what here on this camera now that I've messed with it. I don't know if I'm crooked or straight or what. This is not an ideal situation, but we're going to live with it anyway. All right. Oh, hey there, Chris from North Carolina. I'm actually in your region, and do you know about geraniums too? A lot of Carolinians, north and south, are huge gardener places, really huge. So I bet you guys know all about it. All right, so what I wanted to do is I made these 4 cards, and I did go ahead. I normally don't do this, but I went ahead and I assembled just a couple of it, just so I could do as many of these as possible, because I wanted you to see how easy these are to stamp up. Oh, you like geraniums, Andy? Now you don't care for this stamp set? Oh, they do. Look at these. I thought the same thing today. I went on Pinterest to see how the other people were doing them. And I was glad I did, because I really didn't know I kind of thought this was a shadow, this teeny little die. I thought it was a shadow for the pot. But there's a die for it. And I was thinking, why would you need a shadow for the you know, die shadow. Well, it's actually the pot's little soil. So that was good to know. So that's very helpful, these people who actually know what they're doing. I think this is the top of your pot. I haven't used that yet, but it would fit. So I'm confident on that one. When I cut this out with the die, I was thinking, well, where the heck are the blooms that go on this? So on Pinterest, although, you know, I did see that they'd put this, where is it? No, where is it? Woohoo. Somebody either had used a different die or I'm missing one because it wasn't, I didn't think it was this, but it must be this one. This one they stuck with this. And then they had to have just hand cut out some leaves because it doesn't really go with the leaf one. Where is the leaf one? I know it's in here. Now see, I've got a bunch of these all stamped up and ready to go because I don't want to take too terribly much time. Ah, here it is. Okay. So here's the piece that they did with, let me find all of the die pieces. Oh, with this one. Okay, let's try to find a card that I can show you these on, because otherwise it's just too hard to see them. All right, so these two go with that, and I didn't cut this one out. And I might play with that today since I've got the leaf done anyway. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure about that. These other ones will go pretty fast. This is the part that I have no idea. I didn't see anyone had used it. I haven't cut it out to see what it looks like, but I have absolutely no idea what this is. It didn't look like it went with any of, I mean, maybe it's the leaf. Is it here? Let's look. Is it possible that it's this leaf? Ah, that's what it is. It's this leaf. Oh, phew. What a relief. I was wondering what the heck that was. So now I figured that out. All right. So anyhow, it is a little complicated. Maybe I should just do a photo that shows what I don't think anyone has done that yet. And that's really helpful. I saw that Patty Bennett had done a photo showing colors for, oh, what stamp set was it now? I don't even remember, but it was really useful. Oh, it was the pot. It was just the colors she used on, not this pot though. It was on like the flowering rain boots. Okay, so flowering rain boots also has this adorable little pot, and she'd shown how to color that, and it was really cool. Yeah, the leaves, Andy, are why I'm so attracted to this set. And you can see I put these flowers down here because there's an abundance of little ground cover things you stick at the bottom of pots, and they looked more like they fit down there. And the flowering rain boots also has all these other little things that you can stick in the pots. And so it's a set that just naturally goes with it. It has this little rain, you know, the watering can and the trowel, and it just goes with it. So does that home and garden set that they discontinued foolishly. They should have kept that one with this one. This is our baskets from Cheerful Baskets. So we're going to use that. And this is our little pretty pop-ups. Okay. So anyhow, this is what we're going to be working on. But first of all, I just want to show you, I've already got some of these cut out and ready to go on my cards, but I want to show you how I stamped them. So I've got 4, I think I've got 4 here all ready to go. Okay, but one of these is stamped right on the white cardstock. This one. We're going to do this one first. That way I can show you how I did these leaves. And then I'm going to cut this out with our largest stitched rectangle. And this is a bigger card to fit all of that on here. I'm going to try to start up here, but I've got to get those hand pen petal things in first. No, not first. Let's not do that first. Let's do the geranium leaves first, because I'm afraid no, I won't have room at the top if I do that. I've got to do this first. This one goes really fast. Now, I haven't used this set as much as I want to because this is really beautiful. And they brought this one out so quick and then with other stuff that I just haven't had the chance to really work with this one the way I want to, because it's really a pretty set. It's very easy to work with. Oh, let me get my phone plugged in here before I totally lose power on this puppy. Oh, I've got my phone backwards, don't I? This is going to be complicated then to do this. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so here's the hand-penned petals, and my colors are, I'm going to use garden green for this basic color. Now, when I did this before, I better not do that. I better do the You're probably thinking, well, she's a nut. I'm going to get out of here because she's a nut. No, I'm not. I'm talking to myself right at the moment because I'm kind of forgetting what order I did this in, but I remember now. I've got to do the geraniums leaves first, and that is with garden green. Now, my garden green, as you can see, is this old case. And I have got to upgrade it. I've neglected upgrading it, but it's not, I think I inked it and it's still not quite getting the centers of my stamps very well. So that just means my pad's kind of shrinking and I need to do something about that. Like buying a new set. Let's start on this side. And we'll go down here like that. Now, it was easier for me to do this and then do the fill afterwards rather than the other way around. Okay, and then we'll do this. And that's leaving me a little bit more of a gap than I wanted to, and it's coming out over the side here a little bit more, but I'm going to have to just live with it because I don't want to be correcting it and all that. It'll be fine. It's just going to be really a widespread double, probably at least 2 giant plants in there. And then we need the second stamp. Now they call these, you know, this is a 2-step stamp. I love that they're photopolymer, don't you? Anytime I am buying a set anymore, if it's a 2-stamp set particularly, it had better be photopolymer. I have so many of the other ones now, I'm not settling for anything else at all. And so let's do Pretty Peacock. Okay. And I think I need to stamp off. This is a pretty strong one. So I'm going to ink that up, but I'm going to stamp that off. And then we'll go right here with that. Okay, isn't that a lovely green? I do really like that. It's very pretty. Now, if you have, what are the names of those geraniums that I like to? I had to buy them online because they were fairly they weren't hardy in our zone 6 in the Tri-Cities, and they have this red and orangey kind of coloring in there. Do you guys remember what the names of those are? There's 2 or 3 of them. They're really super pretty. Anyway, that's what I'm going for, is this look. And to do that, what I've done is I took 2 of our white colorless little, you can get these little ink spots. You get 5 of them in a pack. They're pretty reasonable. And I bought just 1 pack so that I have them. This one is, I inked it up with So Saffron and Pineapple Punch. And this one's inked up with Grapefruit Grove and Mango Melody. And Grapefruit Grove is pretty close to our Pale Papaya. You would just have to use more of Pale Papaya. Grapefruit Grove was just darker. So this is going to give me my little bit of orange and yellow in the edges of these leaves. Okay, so I'm just going to take this is the So Saffron and Pineapple Punch. And I'm just kind of going around the edge with this a little bit and not worrying if it gets on the actual, you know, leaf or anything. We're just doing a little bit there. Okay, now I could barely even see that. Let's do this a little bit more. Maybe I wasn't now I can actually see the ink on my stamp. And I couldn't before. So now let's try that again. I can see it just barely. All right, very good. I don't want it to be too dark. because I'm still going to do the orange on there. So, but this, with these little ink, you can use the corners and you can kind of go right up into the veins if you want to. And if you kind of slide it around a little bit, then it's not like a strong edge either. So that's just one way you can get extra colors without having to do masking and all of that. Or your Stamparatus. You could do this kind of with your Stamparatus too. All right, that's mild. I'm going to leave it at that. And now let's try the orangey one. I hope it's good enough because I'm going to tell you a secret. Don't tell anyone. But I actually used not these. When I did these, oh boy, I can't even show you what I used, but I have another stamp. That is a rainbow stamp. And I actually used that one. But I think I can use this and get the same effect. So I'm giving it a try. Good try. And if this isn't orangey enough, then I'll just break out some pumpkin pie or something. We'll see. We'll see what this gives me. Okay. Good luck. Let's see how it works. Haha, very good. Now that's actually a little bit strong, but it's good. It gives you an idea of what it is. And on this one, let's just go easier and then stamp it off this time. That at least is the color I'm going for. And it really does look a lot like pumpkin pie, doesn't it? The only reason I didn't use pumpkin pie ink and just get a little one of these going in pumpkin pies because I don't have a lot of pumpkin pie ink. My ink pad is also, my pumpkin pie one is also an old one, and so it's just not, it's not taking ink as well. It's taking the ink. It's like disappearing into the pad. So I need to get, and that's better. That's much more of what you want. All right, so there we go. Aren't those gorgeous? Now you could do some pink in there too, couldn't you? If you wanted to. You could put some pink in there. I've seen that. That would be really nice. Now we can do this hand-pinned petals one to get the actual pelargonium flowers going. This is what we need, is the actual ones, not these glorified ones, I guess, because I'm not really sure. I have seen, I don't know, my geraniums just, they don't, and the Tri-Cities is fabulous for geraniums, okay? It's great weather for geraniums. So it was not that. It's these flowers. They do have like Martha Washington geraniums that I didn't even mind. I didn't even get those to look that good. So doesn't that look perfect? I'm not really sure what this flower is supposed to be. But I'm going to take off some of the stem because I don't want these to be standing up quite so tall. So let's just take off some of that stem there. Put you like right there. Take off a little more of that stem. And put you right there. Okay, I think that's going to... I think that might do it. I don't know. Maybe we'll do one more. I'm going to ink it up this time, just leaving my stem off so I don't have to wipe it down again. And then I can get it a little longer. Maybe I want it almost full length this time, just to get it right up above there. Okay, perfect. And then it has these little fluorescences on hand-pinned petals. Now, I know you're thinking if you are doing... Oh, thank you, Andy. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I thought you would. I thought you would. Just didn't your imagination just go, ooh, what else could I put in those leaves? You could make these begonia leaves really easily, couldn't you? Just take off those little fluorescences that are in fact, and now that I'm thinking of it, these look more like begonia flowers than geranium ones. So you could easily turn these into begonias. Not those wax begonias. No, not the wax ones. Those nice big bulb double flowered begonias. Those are so pretty. I love those. I think we have some down at the park, but I'm not sure because they are just coming up. The park that I'm referring to is our Nathaniel Green Close botanical garden. It's very close to our house, and I try to get there every day. I don't manage to, but I try to. This is magenta pink. I know this is retired, but I wanted some really bright geraniums to go with this peacock. Oh, no, not peacock. What is the green? The parakeet party. Now, you know what? That parakeet party, Andy, you can tell me because you know about birds. We on a side note, did you see on my Tri-City Crow Garden that we had grackles? Jeff and I did not know what grackles were. But grackles are around here. We had to look them up, though, because they were a new bird visiting our feeders. But back to parakeet party. Are those all parakeets? Because I was thinking maybe some of those were parrots on there. And I'm going to have to go into my newsletter and change that. I believe I made a mistake and called some. I missed that one, rats. I'm going to have to just leave it because I don't want to have too much of this dotty stuff going around there. That is how my geraniums look. Now, maybe other people have more beautiful, fuller geraniums than I do. Or pelargoniums, however you want to say it. But that is how mine looks. So that's why I'm sticking those on there. And that's why we're going to do a big rectangle on here. And make this a big card. Because I wanted to just show how you don't have to cut everything out. You can do it this way too and just stamp right on it. Because they're photopolymer, you can see really easily where they're going. Now, for the flowers that I'm going to use to cover up the bottom of this, the basket, those I'm going to have to cut out. So I will stamp those on something else. And you can see I took my scissors and I actually cut my little leaf a little bit so that I can get the leaves up over the basket edge, just like it would if you were doing it in your real garden. So you can just take your little X-Acto knife and you can trim around there. And I only get it started. I only need to just get it started because then I can get my little scissors. And this is going to be, this bottom part under the leaf is going to be hidden from the, so you don't have to worry about this part. In fact, you could, if you didn't really care, you could just slice up because you can see that you're not going to see that part. So you could just slice up and go trim, and not go to all this effort. But I'm going to go ahead and just get a little cut going here so that I can trim this when it's time to. It's just, I'm not going to do it yet. And I just need to make sure I've got enough room to get my scissors going there. And I can cut away really those stems, so I don't really need to worry about any more than that, just to get my scissors going. All right, so that is for that one. Now let's get another piece of white cardstock out here and then stamp those other flowers. These were different for me when I was doing them. They went in a different order than I expected. Normally I stamp the solid. No, normally I stamp the other part first and then the solid, but just because the solid is lighter in color, I think, is why I do that. And I like to see how dark that ink went before I decide for sure what the darker color is going to be for the fill. I mean, for the outline part, the detailed part. But with these flowers, it didn't work for me. I don't know if it's just because I'm inept or what, but it just wasn't working. Now this is petal pink, so I'm gonna go ahead and stamp. Let's stamp off here for a minute. See, that's pretty dark, so I'm gonna stamp off and do a lighter version of that. That's not petal pink. That's got to be Flirty Flamingo. That's way too dark. Now it's going to work, but that's Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to just stay with it, but that's actually Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so do I want to stay with it? Let me look here. Those petal pink. Yep, those are petal pink. Okay. Yeah, we'll stay with it. All right, so there's that one and that one. I only need 2. Let's do the petal pink ones so I get them all done. Because these, some of them I have cut out already. Let's see how many I've got. Now, these are petal pink. There's 1. And there's 2, kind of. I didn't really like that. That was Calypso Coral on it. So there's 2. So I do have 2 of these. Let's do 1 so that I know for sure what it looks like. Make sure I'm doing it right. This is petal pink. Okay, I'm cleaning that off again just to make sure. I don't want to get a bunch of ink on my pad. So there's 1. We'll do another one. Oh, that one's dark. So let's do another dark one, and then we'll stamp off here. We'll do a stamp. That's way too light. What's the deal here? Okay, we're going to stamp off lightly. There we go. That's better. Let's do another one. Oops, that was too... I pushed too hard on that one. All right, there we go. That's much better. It's funny, isn't it? So that's another thing that I didn't even think about, but I do know. The different pressure you give on your stamped off version, when you do, that's called two-step stamp, or not two-step, it's called second generation stamping. When you want a lighter color, so you stamp here and then you stamp here, how hard you stamp it on the side to stamp it off is gonna make a difference in how strong your ink is. And it's just another thing that when you're a beginner, you don't even think about. You just wonder, why did mine turn out so much darker than hers did, or vice versa. Now you take this detailed one right there. This one I'm going to stamp in that magenta to get it for these Flirty Flamingos. We're going to do that to get that to match the colors in this card. And that's going to be solid. And let me turn it around. And hopefully with the camera here, I can still see what I'm doing, because it's difficult when I'm... And that's pretty good. It's not perfect. It's hard to see. Usually I have my head right over it. There, that was better. Okay, so hopefully I wasn't blocking the view as I did that. I guess I could have put my camera down. That probably would have helped. All right, let's do these then. So for these, though, we don't want to do magenta. We're going to do Flirty Flamingo for these. Or Calypso Coral. I think I might have done Calypso Coral. I'm not sure. But we're going to do Flirty Flamingo. And let's see how it works with these that were really dark. That looks pretty good. The detail really brings it out, doesn't it? It looks really nice. Now let's stamp off to do this very pale one. See what happens. Not bad. Not thrilled with it either. So what I'm going to do, instead of doing Flirty Flamingo, because I really want this color, this is just our petal pink in its solid form, I believe, not stamped off at all. So let's do that. Oops, I don't need to take that off the block though. They said it was going to rain tomorrow, and tomorrow is a day I really do not want it to rain. I'd like it to stay nice, because we're planning on going out, doing some things. Today's the last day of school for Jeff. So next week when I'm doing this, I don't know where he'll be. He'll be lurking around somewhere. Okay, there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? I really do like the flowers. I just don't like them as geraniums, but they're really beautiful flowers. And I'm going to use this stamp set anyway, whether I like those flowers as geraniums or not. Hey, Freddie, how are you? I didn't think I'd see you. I thought you were on vacation still. And maybe you are. All right, now here's the other genius thing about this potted geraniums is the pot. I'm telling you, this stamp set is just full of surprises. Because I didn't think I'd be excited about another pot, but I am. Now let's do Cajun Craze. It's going to be kind of strong, so I'm going to have to stamp that off. And it is a two-step stamp. Okay, so I'm sticking it right on there. This is a very strong ink. And my ink, you can see how it's puddled kind of right here. So it's not going to be a perfect, impression. So what I'm going to do, it's not going to help that any, but it does remind me that because these are photopolymers, I really kind of need my foam pad. And that way it's going to be a little more even than it would be otherwise. Okay, so I'll stick this on here, and then you're going to see, oh, it's all mottled looking and it doesn't look that great. Well, you know what? There's another stamp that's coming on top of that, and so I'm not even going to worry about it. It's good enough. Even that, see how uneven I stamped off? So when I stamped off here, that's pretty even. And I can see right through it. I'm actually going to get a better impression on this one. See how much nicer. But I don't really even care. It's going to look good no matter what. I'm just telling you, it is. So now I'm taking this one off. You could do other colors, of course. I'm trying to do terracotta, but you could do any color and it would look great. In fact, gray would look really good because it would look kind of stone-ish, wouldn't it? Okay, so now I'm going to use terracotta and I'm going to just stamp right on there without it being, I'm not going to stamp off or anything. It's just going to be a solid. Okay, now trying to get this edge right on the edge is a little tricky, especially when I can't really see directly over my stamp very well with the camera right in the way. I'm actually doing better than I expected. Much better. But isn't that fabulous? Oh man, I am just amazed every time how beautiful that looks. Now, I didn't use the soil that goes with this, but this time I'm going to. I don't know that I even need to, but I don't want to use the same brown. You just want to use a different brown if you're going to put soil. You could use gray. Personally, I wouldn't want to have gray soil, but you could. And let's find... So, early espresso is going to be way too dark. I'm gonna cheat here and bring in an old chocolate chip one. In fact, it used to be close to cocoa, but I didn't have close to cocoa, so when I ran out of this ink, I just put chocolate chip in it, and that's why it says chocolate chip. All right, so this is gonna go right there. Doesn't that look good? You know, I wonder if it goes, no, it can't. It has to go this way. It looks like it needs to be concave, and it's not. Why is it not? Because I don't really, I'll have to take a pen and color there. You can, when there's little discrepancies like that, just, these photopolymers are adjustable. And if I was using my Stamparatus, I could do this perfectly. Get the exact little curve to it that I want. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I'm going to live with it. The plant's going to be in, oops, I forgot. I'm going to actually die cut this out anyway, so probably it'll all get cut off anyhow. Which is pretty funny that I just painstakingly did that when it's probably going to get cut off anyway. All right. That's the pot. Fabulous. All right, now what else do I need in this card? Let me look here really quick. Did the flowers, did all of that. So now all I need to do is cut this out with the rectangle, the stitched rectangle. I need to remember that I'm cutting out the little basket piece is going to be from Crumb Cake and Basic Gray. Okay, so I'll need to cut those out. So I'm going to pop up my camera quite a lot here so that I can bring over the cutter. And I don't know if I need to stamp anymore. I might actually have most things already stamped and ready to go. Not sure. We'll find out as we go. Let me find a plate that I know is fairly flat. A bunch of plates here that are not all that flat. Okay. Now then, let's first of all cut out this with our stitched rectangle. I'm going to have to get out some jokes here. I know I have some on the side. Now, this is going to be, that would make a giant card. I don't think that, I think it's the second one. Yeah, actually it wasn't the second one. It was the bigger one. Wow, that is so huge though. That's going to be really big. Let's see if I can get by with this smaller one. I think I might, no, I won't be able to, because I want my basket to not be hanging too far down, but yeah. And I need the sides to be bigger too. So we're going to go ahead with this. But, you know, the backing, that the card back that this is going to go on, I better bring it up here and see if I actually cut it. Since I prepared it already, I might have made it smaller. So let's double check. Yes, I did. Quite a lot bit smaller. I took our brick embossing folder, the brick and mortar one, and embossed this already. Just because I thought it might look good to have an embossed background. Although I didn't do it on this one, and it really wasn't necessary. But I just thought I would. Boy, but that's going to be... Let's see how big this one will be. That'll work better. Not great, though. Because I still need a fair bit of room for my basket to come down here. Let's see. I don't want to cut off my geraniums now that I've done that. I can do it like that, and my basket can probably fit here. Still going to come down pretty low, but I'm going to give it a go. All right. Not with that big one, this middle-sized one. All right. Turn you over. You're a little concave. Oh man, that was stiff. All right, those rectangles are just so big. If they weren't that, if you can get it to go in on the corner, it rolls through much easier. So if you do it like this, it rolls through easier. But if your cardstock's very big, you really can't, and that's the situation. All right, now let's do these flowers. At least some of them. I don't really need to cut every single one out, but I do need to do a couple. Let's get these for sure. Get it where my magnet is gonna grab it. Okay, now I am gonna have to I've got my little jokes on the side over here that I've gotten from my tooth day still. I wonder if we do still have a decent one, because I think last time my jokes were pretty weak. Had a couple of puns that were cute. Other than that, this is not a bad one. This one's actually not bad. Where do teeth like to shop? I thought this one was not bad. Let's see if you can do... Oh, thank you for sharing, Andy. I so appreciate it. I always forget to tell people to do that, and I do really appreciate it, and it is so needed, especially these days. It's like, is my video out there at all? Are they hiding it because I happen to have some inconvenient posts related to this card page? So where do teeth like to shop? Let's see if you can figure this one out. It actually is a real store. Oh, I just probably gave it away, but maybe not. Maybe you won't figure it out. Let's see. I don't know which ones I'm going to want. Let's try this one. Maybe I'll just do one of each because I don't really need more than one clump of the other cards. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to do a card with Poppy Parades. So let's do that one too. Let's see, that one. Which one's better? This one, I think this one might be better. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm waiting to see if you guys got it. Got any ideas on that? Uh-oh, I've lost my comments. Rats! I don't know what I did. Oh, I lost my comment. There they are. They're back. All right, I'm going to tell you the answer if you haven't got any idea. Where teeth like to shop? At the Gap. The Gap. I thought that was cute. You know, a little gap, little Terry Thomas gap in the tooth. Toothy grin is always cute. Very cute. Now, let's do, before I cut any more of these out, let me pull this aside here for a second. And stamp the Poppy Parade one. I do want a Poppy Parade one. I only need one. This one we're definitely going to have to stamp off, maybe a couple of times. Let's test it out. Ooh, that's so dark. Second time's going to be fine. So 1 and 2. All right, and then for the darker one, I don't know if it's going to really show. I think I might try this again. Let's push a little harder there this time. There we go. That's much better. And Sweet Sorbet would have worked really well for that color too. Would have been very, very close. But I'm trying to stick to the same hue just to be sure on the safe side. Okay. What did the judge say to the dentist? This one you may have heard. What did the judge say to the dentist? This one's kind of cute too. See if I can place that correctly. Meh, it's close. It's going to work. And I only need one. The tooth. Do you swear to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth? Now, I think that's very funny. Very, very funny. I've got a very childish, maybe, personality and sense of humor, but... Do you swear to tell the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth? Or no. Do you swear to pull? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. You got it. All right. Now we'll pull this back and get the little flowers cut out. I'm not going to spend a lot of time cutting a whole bunch of these things out because, as I showed you, I do have things done ahead of time so that we can get this done. But the Poppy Parade ones just really popped out, I thought. Really pretty. I definitely want to do those. And I did not have extra ones of those. All right, so now we're going to, I'll save these and do those later. But I do think I need a few of these pots. I'm not sure how many, but... It would be nice if we had more than one pot in the pack, wouldn't it? They're an easier one to line up. What does a tuba player use to brush his teeth? Ooh, that got crooked. I was trying to go up high enough so I could get my dirt, but I don't like that. So we're just going to sacrifice the dirt. I did not like that effect. That was not good. what did the tuba player use, or what does a tuba player use to brush his teeth? This is a cute one. You know, just think about it. I think you're going to get this one. I think if you just think about it, you can get it. Why am I not doing this correct? Maybe there was just all that white edge, which, are you like, do you cut out, it's kind of like washing the dishes before you put the dishes in the dishwasher. I know, it is. But do you find yourself fussy cutting out those white edges? Because I frequently do. And it just depends. Some dyes are better at it than others, and it does depend. Now, see, a nice clean cut like that, I lost all my dirt, but the pot has a nice white border around it. I probably won't feel compelled to cut away that little white border, but if it's crooked at all, I oftentimes have got my scissors out. My husband, when we first got married, would say, why are you washing the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher? And I would say, because it's a crummy dishwasher, okay? We're living in an apartment, did not buy the dishwasher, and it's a crummy one, so it doesn't get them clean enough. That's why. All right. Now, I do also need to stamp and cut out, so I'm going to do it really quick because it's a small stamp. It's this little guide right here. Now, I'm going to check. It's the little plant tag. Maybe I do have enough of them. There's one. Let's see what I've got here. There's one. I have one. Okay, so I need to do 3 of those. So before I put this all away, let's just quick stamp these little 3 tags with some black ink, and then we can get that cut out too. So 1, 2, 3. When I was exercising yesterday in our gym, there was some guy that was beside me. Normally, my machine happily is quite far away from everyone else, and I'm very content with that. But that day when I went in, I had to be right beside. Uh-oh, I put my my fake geranium one in there. Let's get you back into the stamp set you really belong with. Otherwise, when I go to do my... Uh-oh, where did you go? Here's some. Oh, here you are. Let's put you guys away, too, because I don't need you anymore. Now I've lost the pocket you go to. There you are. So there was some guy right beside me, and I... No, it wasn't when I was exercising yesterday, because when I'm doing the elliptical, it doesn't make any, I don't have to count or anything, but Jeff and I went down to do, Jeff and I are both needing to lose some pounds, okay? And so he's going down after school with me. We're trying to do it 3 times a week. So far, we've been lucky if we get 2, and often are getting 1, but at any rate, that's a whole nother story. And it's nobody's fault except for that neither one of us really want to work out that much. We're just lifting some weights for really 20 minutes. It's not like a big deal, but you know, for him it's after work. So it's easier for me. It's harder for him. So I haven't been making us do it. But one day I was in there. It was a young guy too. I hate it when a young guy's right next to me. He's like, you know, super macho, working hard, making me feel like a bum. And I was counting, like every little press, you know, counting 1, 2, you know, under my breath, of course, but I could tell I was actually probably audible. Oh, brother, poor guy, old lady next to him, barely able to lift a few pounds. So I tried to do it silently, but you know, it's just not as good when you are doing it silently, when you're kind of struggling even just lifting the bar. Thankfully, no one has to listen to me very often. Usually there's not anyone hardly in there. Imagine that. If we go when the kids are there, it's like packed. But there aren't oftentimes many people our age in there. Sometimes there has been a couple of times there's been a lady as old or older than me in there, which is sweet. Not often. Believe me, I wouldn't be in there if I didn't have to be. It's purely a matter of muscle burns fat better than fat burning fat. So, all right, let's see here. What else do I need? I think we're all done with the cutting machine. Yay. I think I've got that all done. So let's get you out of the way. I hope I have everything I need to assemble. Oh, I forgot the basket. Let's get the basket done. Then we can do the assembly part. Now the basket is from, you guessed it, Cheerful Basket. It's so cute. Look at that. Now, and it has, oh boy, it has this little tablecloth thing, and I love that. We're not using it, but it just has an abundance of wonderful things. I need a gray background, crumb cake, ribs, and then I just need a couple of these. And you know, this little handle is so cute. If there's room, I'm going to cut it out, but we'll just see if I have room for everything, because that is a gray piece. So let's see. That's a gray piece, and this is a gray piece. Good. I have plenty of room for all of that. And then we'll see if I can manage to hang on to it and not lose it. That one's easy to lose. Now the ribs, as you can see, they kind of come apart and get lost. Okay, as does the handle. So let's gingerly move these to the side. Okay, and then I'm going to do crumb cake for this piece. Right there. I really like this set, Cheerful Basket. It's very cute, but I think I used it last week. Didn't I? I think I did this last week with something. So I'm trying not to show you, I'm trying not to repeat myself here too much, but sometimes these sets are so cute. There's so many magnets in this one that I'm having to cover up my designs there. Fit them all in. Okay, I'm going to hang on to that. I might want to use those sentiments. We'll see. I just don't know. I think I grabbed some old ones. I've been getting out my old sets and trying to use some of them for the sentiments and whatnot, and just to actually get them out too and see what I've got, because sometimes, you know, after I've spent a lot of time making cards, I realized, oh shoot, I had a coordinating stamp set that would have been really cute with this. I wish I had remembered that as I was going. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do now. I think I've got everything I need. So this is gonna be on our background, and then this is gonna go right up here. Oh, I forgot to cut. I don't have a lot of rooms, and I'm running out of time. I'm not going to do it on this one. But those pretty pop-ups, oh my goodness. I think I used those already too, because I did something with the pretty pop-ups on the basket cards. And so for this one in the corner, I put the butterfly and the dragonfly, and that is super cute. I mean, super cute. But this one, I cut it all down to size it a little bit more in a, I think this is probably going to fit in an A7 or an A6 maybe. Might even A6, I don't know, envelope. All right, so before I assemble it, let's grab out the scissors and just trim around my little leaves here, if I can. so that they can hang out over my basket. Now, a lot of these leaves are not even going to show, but they're going to kind of just disappear behind those flowers. But just in case they don't, I'm going to make sure that they are able to be hanging out all over because they're so cute. Do you guys like those, oh, what are they, Rex? They're Rex begonias? Is that what they are? They are so pretty. And these leaves are not like caladium shape, but those caladium, isn't that what they are? Caladium plants. Oh man, they have absolutely fabulous leaves. So you could just go nuts with the colors, I think, in these leaves. You could do pink and purple. And no one's going to be the wiser because most, if you aren't sending it to an actual plant snob, they won't know that you're kind of taking some liberties with those plant covers. Now, I doubt my basket's going that far, so let's just stop that. All right, now, basket, you're going on here first. Okay, so you can just kind of see right now if this is going to work. Aha. You want to get your basket up high enough that it's not going to be hanging off of the card. I could put a mat under it if I needed to, but it looks like it's going to be just fine and dandy right there. Very cute. So I think I glued it on here. No, I didn't. I put dimensionals on. Where did my dimensionals go? Let's just use dark ones here at the top. No, that's not going to work at the top. Better do them in the middle because I need it to stick here. I guess it can stick there too. So let's just take some of this extra on the bottom here. And we'll stick that right there. I'm going to leave that one on for now. I'm not really sure because I don't want to stick it down to this yet. I want to make sure that I'm getting this all situated before I get too carried away with that. All right. Like about there. All right, now we can glue. All right, so you see what I'm talking about. I'll peel it off now because I'm going to go ahead and stick this onto the base. Well, it's not the base, but this brick embossed magenta. Magenta Madness. Do you miss that color? I don't. That polished pink is really pretty. I'm just trying to use up my Magenta Madness here. Now, I did see with this brick, I'm not going to do it on here. Oh, man, but I'm going to do it because somebody had sponged some colors and kind of aged their brick wall. Really pretty. I think it would have looked great with this card if I had done that, but I'm not. All right, there we go. So now we just glue that right on there. Okay. Too cute. And then you can just kind of position your flowers however you want, like that. And like, you know, I wanted to make sure I could see that. Pick the one that looks the best. This is the best. That one's going on top. So maybe I'll put that one there and that one there. And then we'll put some mini dimensionals on the back of that. Get those to stay down. Okay, I never did tell you what a tuba player uses to brush his teeth. He uses a tuba toothpaste. Isn't that funny? Haha, tuba toothpaste. I love that one. That's a good joke. Kids are going to love that one. Yeah, that's the best one. So we'll put the little backings off here on the side. That, like, let's tuck you partially in here like this. Okay. Because I like that leaf. I want to see it. And this one will just stick there. If you've got floater stems, just use your pen and connect. But, you know, you can kind of do that and it's not going to matter. This is our Hues of Happiness DSP. And let's just take a little, let me get rid of my trash here first of all. And I'm going to cut out a little circle. Little stitched circle, and I think I already have a watering can cut out from my Flowering Rain Boots die. I'm gonna just do that on the side. This is from Stylish Shapes Dies. These circles and tags. Let's see which one I did. Not that one, it's this one. Is this gonna be too big? Yeah, this one might be a little big. I might have to do a slightly smaller one. Since my card's a little smaller, everything's kind of having to be downsized a bit. Let me go cut this out. And I'm going to try to make sure I get plenty of the you know, like the mango, just the right colors. And then where do I want my watering can's going to be covering up some of it too. So you just want to kind of position it on the flowers that you want to see and make sure they're going to be seen. How many times have I gone to a lot of work to make sure what I wanted to see was going to be seen, and then when I start putting on the embellishments, I realize I just covered up the part that I particularly wanted to be seen. Very foolishly, but I just did. Okay, cute. This paper is gorgeous. That hue, the whole Hues of Happiness thing is, it's the stamp set is called Happiness Abounds. I don't remember if I've done a video about it. I might have, but I know I have a newsletter that either came out, in fact, it might be the one that came out today. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to glue this straight down on here. This is actually pretty too, and wouldn't have looked bad either. I just thought those flowers were too pretty to cover up. What do we do about there? And let's look in here and see what we've got. Did I take everything out? Normally I have a bunch of stuff in here. Well, here's my trowel. I am going to use some trowels. So 1, 2, I've got 2 trowels to use. Ah, here we are. There's another trowel. So we've got that. There's this color watering can. I don't really want that color, but we might have, that's a peacocky color. I mean, that looks like Poppy Parade or something. We're going to have to do that because that's, I thought I had one and I don't. Let's see if I put it in my pile. No, I didn't. All right, so this one I'm going to just have to stamp, and I think I see that I'm also going to need to stamp. This pot is slightly different. It might not hurt for you to see the difference with these pots. All right, and I also am seeing that I might want to get a pair of rain boots going here too. So let's take the rain boots out, the pot, these daisies, because I kind of like those, and the watering can. Okay, we'll push this up here and we'll just stamp all these things out because they are easy to do very quickly. With the watering can, I think I'm going to need gray, and I might need a bigger block. That's pretty close. Let's go with basic gray. I might stamp it off and see how dark that is. I think it's going to be okay. Perfect. All right, I think I only need 1 watering can, so we'll just do the 1. And I'm going to just stick with my gray, I think, for No, I better not. I better not. I'm thinking, maybe I better not. I kind of like the gray for the boots. They actually look pretty good, but yellow boots are always really cool too. Let's do these flowers, and let me see where we're sticking those. Those are going to be on Flirty Flamingo, so we'll use Flirty Flamingo for the stamp color for those flowers. Okay. Flowering rain boots is so cute. You've got to have that one too. You can't just have one or two. Let's do the boots with Flirty Flamingo as well. Oh wait, yes, yes, no, yes, no. Now I'm questioning myself because, yeah, we'll just do it. Try to make them nice and dark. And I can color them if I want to, but I don't think I need to. They're pretty even without. I think I might even prefer to pencil color them, just so that you don't lose any of the detailing. All right, and then the pots. These little pots are smaller. They're a different style than these. I kind of prefer them. Let's see what you think. They're nice and crisp. That's one of the differences. I really only need two, but I'm going to go ahead and do an extra one. Now, I do miss cinnamon cider. Cinnamon cider is a better terracotta color, and for my pots. So I usually use cinnamon cider, but today I'll just stick with what we have since cinnamon cider is now retired. All right, so let's bring out that cutting machine so that I can get these cut out. So those dies, let's get those out. There's the boots. Those are what I need, and that. I think you're up high enough that I'm good. All right, what kind of an award does a tooth never want to get? This is an award that you would want, but a tooth would never want to get this kind of an award. See if you can figure this one out. This one's actually pretty cute too. These are really good tooth jokes. If you know any dentists, you should. We actually have a dentist in the family. I wonder if he'd appreciate these jokes. I don't know that he would. He's got a really good sense of humor, but they would be ones he'd probably really like to tell his daughter later. All right, here we go. That's cute. And now you know why this set is just a must-have, don't you? Let's see. Let's go this way. Try to get those boots cut out neatly. The little rain boots are cute too. We had a paper pumpkin a long time ago now that they carried over for some time. It might even be a kit. I think it was called Flowering Rain Boots. I'm not really sure. I kind of forget, but it was I didn't have it. It was one of the things that I thought, oh, maybe I should get a paper pumpkin just so that I can get that one. And then they all sold out really fast, and I thought, oh, fine, I didn't really need that anyway. But when this stamp set came out, I was thrilled because then I can just keep pumping out those little rain boot and flower cards. All I want. Just keep coming out with different things. And then this set is perfect for getting me to do that. Flip you over. You're getting a little bit concave. these are going to have to be colored. So just use a very, very light color. Don't use anything nearly as dark as what you stamped. Anything lighter will work. And because this is mostly colored for you, you could use pencils and get a really nice effect. Now, I'm not going to show them to you, but I am going to tell you that I found some some water-soluble crayons that I am really enjoying using because they can be blended dry. You don't have to use watercolor to get it to blend nicely. I'm just not great at watercoloring, okay? So I keep finding substitutes for watercoloring that are, or trying to find those substitutes. I haven't been very successful in a lot of cases, but I think the crayons actually come about as close as anything. All right, so let's grab a pencil. Oops, not that one. Let's find a correct one. If I can, where are you, pencils? I keep not putting my Stampin' Up! Pencils right side up, and then I can't tell which one is a Stampin' Up! One and which one is not at first glance. Hate that when I do that. Okay, there it is. Let's try this one so we can see if it actually is going to work. Let me hook that up there. This one is Cajun Craze. So that should be too dark, but since it's a pencil, it probably won't be. See there? Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, these are watercolor ones, so if it isn't as smooth as you want, let me show you what you can do. We'll get that in there. If it's not quite as smooth, you don't like to see lines, you can take your little watery brush here, and you can smooth that out. See how nicely that looks? It'll take that ink and kind of wash it in. You know, that I stamped with too. Since it's Cajun Craze, it works. Oops, I was trying to do that one. Now it's gonna buckle a little because it's wet. Obviously, it's gonna be fine by the time I get done. I'm doing this super fast just because I don't want to take a long time to do it. But a marker, I actually prefer blending pens, or alcohol blending pens, but you'd want to use super light one so that you're not covering up all this wonderful highlighting stuff going on here. So anyway, where are you? There you are. Okay, very good. That did a nice job on those pots. Oops, make sure you clean that brush off. And then it's nice, I just store my water right in there. Now you can find those at the craft store, but why would you want to? You can get the Stampin' Up! Ones and they work really, really good. All right, so we're gonna take this, move these aside and finish my barrel first. So obviously I'm not gonna get this all tucked in up under there. So I'm gonna trim off some of this basket, our Cheerful Baskets basket. What kind of an award, did you figure it out? What kind of an award does a tooth never want to have? It never wants to have a plaque. Ha, a plaque. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm just gonna tuck that in, make sure that's gonna actually work. Not quite, so let's go a little tiny bit more. Don't get too carried away though. Okay, there we go, that works. So now we can glue that on there. All right, what do you call a grizzly with no teeth? A grizzly with no teeth. This is a good one too. I actually think all of these today were winners. Your kids will love these. Okay, what do you call a grizzly with no teeth? I am looking, you know, to see if anybody's got any guesses. So far, I'm not seeing any guesses. All right, there we go, right there. And then you can take your little ribs, find the bottom one. It's the shortest. Put that on the bottom. Might not have room for any of the other ones. We'll just see. As we go. Okay. Oh, so cute. Look at you. Nice little barrel. I don't even think we need these. This is the middle one. I definitely don't need this, but let's see. Let's tuck it under and see. Oh, yeah. What do you think? No, actually I don't. I think I'd have to tuck it like way up under there. And I'm kind of like losing it right at the moment and having to mess up the edge just to get it out. I think I'm going to leave it. The handle, I do really like the handle, but will it fit in here? I think it might. It's super fun to stick that on. Now, this is tricky. I could glue it. I could stick some glue there. I think I'm going to just use my little glue dot. Roll you up really small. Stick it right here. This is going to help me at least place it. I kind of want that handle to be seen. You could put it, I suppose, on the top like that, but I don't like it like that. So we're going to tuck you under there and we'll stick you there. And then I'm going to take the glue and we'll put a little glue here. Just make sure there's some on there. And tuck you in under that leaf. Oh, so cute. All right, now we've got that glued on. Now we got our little watering can. Got to put a little twine on the handle, though. So I'm using our sweet sorbet twine. It's, you know, small enough that it looks pinkish. If I had a really huge strand of it, of course, you would be able to see that it is not at all magenta madness or polished pink or whatever pink you might want to use here. But yes, I cut off way more than I needed to, but that's because Bose and I on camera don't get along well at all. So a big long string, I can actually manage to tie a bow. It's kind of funky looking, but it is a bow. It's awfully curled. Wow. Okay, good enough. Let's do this there. Oops. And there. All right, then we'll just put some dimensionals on, and you are almost done. This card, of course, has to be put on a base card, which I will do if I have time on camera. If not, I won't. I'll just stick you like that. And then we want our little sentiment and our trowel. And let's see, did I cut one out ahead of time? I thought I did. I don't see it though. Let's grab a piece of scrap white. I've got some right here. And just because that is actually from, no, it's not from this one, but I might use this one because I think just because is from, trying to think, what set is that from? It's not from this one, and it's not from this one. It is a flower one. I can't remember. Here's a good one. Every storm that comes also ends. I really like that. I don't know if that'll fit in the die I want to use here. Okay, let's try to manage these a bit. Just so I can fit them in, because they're kind of flopping all over the place here. It's not even all of them, is it? Maybe it is. Huh, I thought I had a tag already cut. Let me see if I've got one in my stash of stuff. I suspect that I do. There's one. And that is the correct size. So let's try that. And we are going to go with a different sentiment, I guess, because I'm not seeing the one I want. None of these are the right size. Really, they're all, this one's the closest. I don't want to do that one. All right. Let's see here. Aha. That one's not. Here's one of my favorites. This is actually a retired one. I don't think it's going to fit, but the good things are worth waiting for. Probably one of my most favorite sayings, but no. I need one that's going to actually fit that. All right, here's a really oldie. It's Your Day, but I got this set out because this is one of my favorite sentiment ones. It also has a bunch of little, yes, that will fit. Little flowers, and there's a, you know, just little flowers and doodads and stuff. It's a really good one. This one's Happy Birthday Gorgeous. I don't know if it had dies with it. It might have. I don't have any dies for it. Oh, it said, I've got it on here. Balloon Bouquet Punch came with it, and the classic label punch. Anyway, that's, if you're in the market for old, a lot of the dies I buy that are, or keep, in my old ones that I keep, that I do just because of the sentiments. A lot of times. That's crooked a little bit. Oh, well. It's going to live on it anyway. That's why you don't cut and stamp. You stamp, then cut. But this is going to be quicker. All right. Right there. Cute. I do really like this stamp. That It's Your Day. And you can use it for any day, right? You can use it for a congratulations card. You could use it for birthday. Just some special holiday that you know about, or, just something just to make it a nice day for someone. Let's tuck some of it in here. Now I'm going to need to double up my these dimensionals. There we go. I need to double that up. It's not going to be high enough otherwise. There, that's better. I probably could have made it triple, but I didn't. All right, now that is going to have to go. Now, do you see how much larger this one was, but it still is pretty cute. It's going to work really nicely. And I'm going to move those aside. I'm going to do these ones are going to come together much faster. I have these things cut out in advance. And, oh, the trowel. I forgot the trowel. Let's stick the trowel on. I'm going to use this brownish one. And I'm going to just use the, oh, thank you, Chris. You are so kind. I'm going to use this little glue dot just on the handle here. And if you're concerned about, it sticking well enough, then you can put your glue on here. But, oops, I better put it up here. There we go. There we go. That is better. All right. So now this one is, the backing is Parakeet Party. Oh, this is the question I needed to ask you guys. So, where did I put you guys? Parakeet. I think I put you away. On the Parakeet Party, it's not called Parakeet Party. It's called Pretty Birds. And I'm not a bird, like, especially pet birds. I don't know anything about them. Are these parrots or are those parakeets? I think those are parakeets, aren't they? But I was thinking they were parrots. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to go in and change my newsletter. I think I actually have parrots listed on there. So what I did is I took, this is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of Parakeet Party. This is Flirty Flamingo. Let's look at the dimensions here really quick because I actually just eyeballed it. I think since it's on this piece of 4 1/4, this Flirty Flamingo should be 4 1/8. Oops, let's get the correct side. It's actually not, it's at 4. Okay, so it's 4 inches by 4 and a little, yeah, right at a 4 1/4. And then this is just a smidgen, not even, about 1/8 less. So 4 1/8 this way for this gray granite piece, and then 3 7/8 for this direction. And then I took the gray granite piece and embossed it with our splatters folder. Okay, that I just glued it together so that we would have that part already done. Now on this card, I already had this piece of, I believe, Sahara sand that I had embossed with the subtle embossing folder, and I actually prefer that to this splatters one. Oops, that's curled there. Let's go this way. The subtle embossing folder is my favorite. We have Time Worn Type, which is super close to that. But this is just, it's subtle, okay? I love it, and I was so sorry that they decided to retire that one. That one's one that I feel like the regular colors that we just always have as standard colors, that's an embossing folder that should just be a standard. But that's my opinion. Now then, I'm going to take... Do I have them cut out? I don't. I need a really good sized circle for this background. So I'm going to use the largest one of the Stylish Shapes dies. I believe that's what it is. Yes, it is. And I'm actually going to use that. I just need one. Let me just cut that out here really. Oh, let me check and see. Did I cut that out ahead? Maybe I did. No, I didn't. I have my squares cut out, but not my circles. So let's grab a circle really quickly. And now I can see I did have a tag cut out for that card. What is ding dong? Maybe I'll be using it still. So there's that cut out. This Stylish Shapes has got all of those little cool flags and squares. That's mostly what I'm using today, Stylish Shapes dies. One of my favorites. When they took when they took Stitched Shapes away, I was thinking, you guys are nuts, because I use this one all the time. It's probably, other than Stitched Rectangles, the one I use the most. And we had Stitched So Lovely or something, and it took the place of that. And then Stitched Shapes is gone. I was thinking nuts, nuts, nuts. But actually, the Stylish dies are better. I'm not sad about that anymore. So I'm going to just glue this right on here. Whoops. My cord's sort of dangling in the way. Sorry about that. I want it to come out over the Parakeet Party a tiny bit. And now you can just layer your geranium leaves on here. Let's start with our pot first. Let's find the best one that I did. And as you can see, I'm not going to need to worry about the dirt or the fact that it's even slightly crooked. But if it's bothering you, you can just do a little trim there and get that right off. There it is. Okay, before I actually stick it on, let's make sure it's going where I want it to. This is going to go about here. Oh, I don't like that one. Let's grab this one. Do this one here. I think I do have one that I stamped. It kind of is not as good. I might need to do that again. Maybe I have another one. Do I? No, I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna stick you up in under here. We're gonna hide a lot of it because I don't want to see much of it. It's not got what I want on it. In fact, I might use it like this. We're gonna just do a little surgery on you. Okay. Just a little surgery. There. And then I'll get my fluorescence kind of going there a little bit. It's still not really like what I want though. So let's just tuck you in under there. All right, now that I figured that out, now I can put these dimensions. I am trying to use up my black ones because I just don't, other than Halloween, I never use these black ones. I bought several thinking I was going to use them and then never did. And I have a bunch. Okay, so what do you call a grizzly bear with no teeth? No one said anything that I know of. I better look here. And so you call him a gummy bear. Now, isn't that a good one? Unless your kids hate gummy bears. I guess if they hated them, it wouldn't be funny, but my kids would have really liked it. We all loved gummy bears. Let's tuck you in here. Ooh, there we go. I'll tuck you in there and see how you look. Actually, you look pretty good. I'm gonna live with you. And then we'll take our Flirty Flamingo, and you can tuck both of them under there if you prefer. You can have them out. You know, I'm gonna just stick it on top, I believe. Let's stick on our pot. That way you can see where you want your pot. Let's find my mini ones. Try to stick there. I don't want those corners to be interfering with any dimensionals I have stuck under those leaves. Why did the king go to the dentist? I'm just going to tell you this one. You're not even trying. Why did the king go to the dentist? To get his teeth crowned, of course. That one's weaker, but the kids could figure that one out, I bet. I bet somebody'd have a good guess on that one. All right. I'm running out of time, so I better step it up here. All right, now we've got the this little guy's going to just come in here, and we're going to put the little word smile. Comes right from this stamp set. You could do the thank you. That would have been good too. We're going to do smile in Flirty Flamingo. Right there. So cute. And then while I have the ink out, I've already cut out this die. Oops, I just got ink on it from my finger, but I'm going to use it anyway. This is the die is in this set. And let's see. It has a really good birthday sentiment. I haven't used it yet. Let's try it. See how it works. Okay. Let's see. Let's get the paper out of there. Let's see how it goes. Might cover up my... Oh, that's the back side. Woohoo! I messed up the back side. Oh, it's too low, but that's okay. I could put dots there if I wanted to. Birthdays are reminders that life should be celebrated. That's a nice one. I think I might keep that one out. We'll use that one again. Okay, we want our flowering rain boots down here. Right here, and then we're going to put our little tag here, and we're going to put this sticking in right there. Just one mini dimensional will do. Right like that. Oh, these are cute, these boots, and I didn't even color them. You don't need to, but you can, if you wanted to, use the Flirty Flamingo pencil, color, and then watercolor, and it will look great. Now, I kind of wanted it that far, but the problem is my label. I don't know if that'll really work. Let's go right here. And we'll put the label on the side so that my boots don't interfere with its height. We'll put that there for the boot. A little bit of glue there just to go on the boot. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it right there. And then my little trowel. Gotta have the trowel. The trowel is too cute. You can put it going however you want. I might do it like that. In which case, since I don't want to mess with the mini dimensional, I'm gonna just put some glue there. It's sticking to me. And some glue there, there. Oh, it kind of just fell right into place. All right, there we go. Isn't that cute? Again, you're going to have to put a backing on it, but to save time, just kind of going through here, getting these done quickly. This one is super cute. Today, for this one, I decided to emboss it with, this is our star-crossed embossing folder. And it's designed so that you can cut it in half and you could put it on. But I'm going to just keep it as it is because I actually want a square piece. And I want more of this than this. But anyhow, so we're going to, this is a retired embossing folder, this quilt top. And let's see what my sizing was for it. It is 4 inches. Almost 4 inches, so we can cut it that way. We'll just do 4 inches by 4 inches. Okay, so 4 by 4. On a piece of Flirty Flamingo, like that. How come you're so much bigger? This must be bigger than a 4 1/4 inch piece. So I'm going to cut this down. The sides even look like they could be cut down. So I don't know if I just didn't measure properly just there. But we're going to go off a whole 1/4 inch off of that. So we're going to do 3 3/4 and 3 3/4. Now it's looking kind of small, but that's okay. I'd rather it was on the small side. No, that's fine. And I do want those to have dimensionals on the back. But this is a really cool embossing folder. I think you're going to really like that one because a lot of cards that have a diagonal design, very easy to design with and figure out, you know, how you want to place your images and all. So I think you're going to really like it. Using these edge pieces for the sides. Okay. I think I have one. I do. I have one more tooth joke. Just one. I'm sure you're sighing a huge sigh of relief. Our weather is pretty nice out there still, although I think it maybe rained a tiny bit. When I can see that it's rained some, I always think, oh good, I haven't really missed anything because it's been raining anyway. Otherwise, I feel like I'm missing time in the garden or on my bike. Now I'm going to use a square, stitched square. It's from that same set. This is a pretty big square. Let's see if I've got a smaller one. I don't, but I thought I did. Let's see if I can find a smaller one in my little cheat pack. Where did you go? I don't think I put you away. Did I? Maybe I did. No, I didn't. So if I can't find you, then... Oh, there you are, right there. All right, so I think I've got some smaller squares in here. Aha, there we go. All right, so that one is even a little too small. That might be one reason I have the big ones out, because I just didn't have time to. That's the same size also. It looks like it's not as wrinkled. There we go. That is the size. Oh, I made a mess. Good, that side is clean. Whew. All right, so this is the size square we want. We're going to glue that right down. Okay, so here is your last tooth joke. What is the tooth fairy's? Oh no, I don't have the answer on this one. I printed out the joke, but I didn't include the answer. Let's see if we can figure it out. What is the tooth fairy's favorite Christmas song? Oh man, I don't know. What is the tooth fairy's favorite Christmas song? Who knows? All right. There's this little pot. We're going to glue you right down. Oops, before I do, though, let's check out the flower arranging. Make sure it's going to fit. That's got to go there. And, that is going to go here. Way behind. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this down. I know this is going to go way behind here. Okay, and then this is going to be dimensionals. What kind of songs, Christmas songs, have a rhyme with the word tooth? Do you know? This is going to drive me crazy. I'm going to have to go back on that website and find the answer to this riddle or joke. What is the Tooth Fairy's favorite Christmas song? Okay. Put our pot right there. Oops. Okay, I'm going to have to hold that down. I can have the stem out. The stem's not going to show, so I maybe should have just clipped it, but that's okay. We're going to just go like that. But I don't want the dimensionals on top of the leaves, so I'll need to make sure I'm just using these little mini ones right here at the bottom. It's got to be like, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth, don't you think? Doesn't it have to be that one? I mean, I think that's like too obvious. I don't know if that's actually a joke. All right, there we go. Now we want, this pot is fine and dandy, but once I got out our flowering rain boots and realized that I so much like these pots, oh, you guessed it. We're going to cover it up a little bit with a more favored pot. And then we've got another one here. Where are you? There you are. We're going to stick you over here. Now I'm going to glue one side and put mini dimensional on the other side. Well, actually, just a piece of a dimensional here on this side. And glue on this side. I'm sure making a mess. And you're gonna go right there. You can use these flowers, not those because those are the wrong colors, but you could use these flowers if you wanted to, again, or the flowering rainbow ones are the ones I'm gonna use. Let's grab a yellow pencil. If I can find you. Oh, come on. Again, this is what happens when you put there we go. Okay, so this one is Daffodil Delight. I'm going to just very quickly do a little coloring here. Very fast. And then you can, if you could leave it even at that, but if you want any extra color in, then smooth it out. Just use your little watering aqua pen is actually what it's called. Clean it off. And even wet, it's going to stick on there just fine. Let's go that way. Okay, and make sure I can get under there because I do need my sentiment. This is our same label. I'm kind of peeling it up because I'm going to put that partially under there. All right, let's use the same stamp set, the birthday one. Although on this other one I used Wishing You Happiness Today and Always. That is really nice because it's so general, but I actually could use some more birthday ones. Not sure why I'm getting those kind of low. I am. If we're going to tuck that, I might have to... Good, that can go down because I think that's going to be fine. I could stick it on top. I think I want to tuck it though. Just so. Isn't that cute? Oh, and the trowel. Where's the trowel? Oh, and yes, the little sign. The sign is so cute. You don't want to leave it out. I'm going to do smile again on that one. Cute. Might have to be creative here. So I've got dimensionals all over the place. Let's snip off our edge so that I can get it tucked in here where I actually want it. All right, there we go. Where's my trowel? I know I have one. There it is. Okay, little glue dot. And put you right there. My cord is dangling down again. Maybe it has been the whole time. I don't know. All right, let's put the trowel here for this one. All right, very cute. Last one. This one's probably my favorite. This is Poppy Parade. And I had this nice, really big brick background for that stamp, but that, of course, is retired or might not have even been in, I think it was a Stampin' Up! One, but we have a new one. It's called this Clouds folder. It's actually called Into the Clouds. Yeah, this one's a nice one, don't you think? I really like it. It's pretty. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to put this square, just because it's, you know, the flowers are very rounded, and these clouds are rounded, and it's always a good contrast to stick something. If a lot of your elements are rounded, then go with something contrasty, if that's a word. And then we'll put this pot here. We've got this is just 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's Poppy Parade. And this is, let's see, Gray Granite. This is going to go here. I don't really need my leaves to have any of that orange in it. And I did, though. I stamped those nice little poppy. I don't know why I didn't do it with the other colors, but that one's kind of weak because I didn't cut it properly. Let's just stick that one on there. And then there's going to be this one. This is very cool, you know. I am going to enjoy using that. I'm not using it today, but that is going to be a really nice one now that I've kind of seen how to do it. We'll use our pieces of dimensional here. All right, let's do this again, just so I know where my pot is going. Right about there. Okay. There, this is going to get glued on. And again, this part is from Hand Pinned Petals. That's what this was from. There we go. And Poppy Parade that you saw me do earlier, or not Poppy, yeah, Poppy Parade, but pretty soft second generation. I'm gonna, I've got dimensional stuck to my hand here. Did I not put, I didn't pull the backing off. I've got it stuck to my hand. Wow. There we go. All right, tuck you under there. Like that. We do have a Just For You. That is very cute. Let's do another smile, though, just because it's stuck onto my thing. And I need to finish. This has been a long one. My husband's going to be home before too awfully long from school. Tomorrow he's going to be home. This was his last day. Oh, my goodness. Monday next week, I think, is a holiday. So if it's a holiday, I might not be here. I don't ever really know. I never know whether we're gonna have plans or not, really. We don't ever go anywhere on the holidays because these little holidays, these 4-day weekend ones, always came at a time that was super busy at school, and so we never planned on going anywhere for that holiday. And I don't have to follow that routine anymore, but we still tend to. All right, for this one, actually, you know what I used for that die? I've got one of these that I'm going to cut out, but for this back one, that is from an old retired set called Christmas Rose. And it's a good background for that stamp, I think. I'm trying to clean up my mess here. It's pretty bad. It's really bad. I'm going to have dimensional backings all over for days there. All right, so let me see if I can get to it. Let me see if I can. I'm not sure if I can. Oh, I must have it out already. Where are you? I didn't see it in this pile. Oh, there it is. I didn't get it out. There it is. Okay. So this was from Christmas Rose, this label right here. And I did cut it out. There it is, right there. So that's what this is. I'm going to just glue this right here. Ooh, I'm glad I cut that out already. That makes it a little bit easier for us. I wish I had cut this out. I didn't. I thought I had another one. But we'll go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And I'm going to just do my birthday one again. Okay, and Poppy Parade. Let me cut that out with this die. On the side, and my magnet doesn't act up on me. And isn't that just a perfect fit right there? I really like that. And I'm going to do this because I still want to put my little trowel on there. Anyhow, so this was our potted geraniums. And if you're a flower nut like I am, you're screaming out, they're not geraniums, they're pelargoniums. And I looked it up to make sure I was... It does have an R in there. It's not pelargonium. I thought it was pelargonium, but anyway. It's actually pelargonium. All right, but we do still need that little trowel. I don't know if I've got another little trowel. I might. I know I do in the kit, but I'm not sure if I have one out. And then this little towel. Oh, I did it already. Excellent. Did that part. Let's see if I've got a trowel. I love the little trowels. It's very cute. I know I had enough of the trowels out. Did I use an extra trowel or something? I don't see it. I do have an extra Poppy Parade flower, though, so I could even do another card with Poppy Parade. Okay, let's look. I think I've got one in here somewhere. There it is, right there. Voila. These other little pieces you're seeing in here are from our iconic dies that were last year's dies. I don't think that's in there anymore, but it was a nice one. So another one that I was sorry to see go. I had hardly used it. And I'm not done with it. I will be using it still. All right, very cute. Look at you. So sweet. All right, so you would, of course, put cards on the backs of all of these, which I just don't have time to do with you. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are ready to join our team, or someone's team at any rate, because this is a really good... Oops, my camera is acting up. It doesn't like to be adjusted. this is a really good time of the year to join. There's a special on right now. You get a bunch of stuff. I think it's till the end of May, so you don't have a lot of time left. And this is a good team to join because you get to do a lot of fun things for free with us, and we have fun together. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead and get this set. If you do, through my store, the whole bundle, I will send you 10 cards. Make sure that you check out with your name and your address and all that as my customer, not as a guest. If you check out as a guest, I'm not allowed to contact you. So I would appreciate that. If you liked the cards, go ahead and use that and enjoy that. They are fun. You're going to really like them. And I will see you next week, I think. Okay? Have a great week. Bye.